Ren is, for all intents and purposes, the actor for Ren. That's a fancy way to say guy who plays with a bunch of hillbillies. The actor for Ren was unable to play last week, so he is here. So Ren is here, and things are fine. Everything's fine. He's just here now. He was here last week in our hearts, and now he stepped out of somebody's heart and is actually here.
I think he crawled out of Grok's bag.
Out of Grok's shell? Grok was like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I've got some traps to look for.
Yeah, exactly like that. I think that's exactly how it works.
Yeah, Ren doesn't speak like that.
No, he does.
As best as I can't actually do an impression of any of you, but I have like caricatures I've invented of you guys in my mind.
Something like that.
Okay, wait. I feel like I have yet to hear the Robbie John one.
It's because I only use it when you're not here.
Are you afraid of something, Ricky?
No, it was actually some pretty good stuff.
No, the chances of me meeting you in real life exponentially grow the longer we become friends, and I don't want to get punched in the face or the throat or kicked in places.
At this point, your rendition of Robbie John probably not going to be the reason you get punched. Just throwing that out there.
Welcome to the Vale, a rare bastion of civilization in a world recuperating after a terrible, centuries-long war. Though the battles ended 200 years ago, the land still recovers from this period of tumultuous strife and slavery. Join now the defenders of the Vale, as they navigate a world riddled with opportunity and tragedy, all the while seeking glory, gold, and adventure.
Alright, so what do you guys want to do in the Death Dungeon now?
We just opened a portal, right?
So, okay. You guys came in, and you got hit by fire, and then you got hit by darts, and
That sounds like us.
Onyx got himself trapped in a room full of water that's still watering. And Grok came up with a really great solution for the door. And then Fanilius came in and figured out a trap with these 4 candles, a puzzle with these 4 candles, and opened up one of the portals. And there's a portal there.
I suppose we should go through it. Wait, we didn't finish exploring this floor, did we? Because we didn't do the other side of Onyx's SeaWorld room.
No, it's still. You can hear water rushing in there still.
Were we interested in finishing exploring this sort of floor, or are we just gonna leave? What do you think, guys?
The only place that I haven't seen is in the room that is filling or full of water at this point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was square.
I mean, yeah, I believe it.
Wasn't much to see. It was square.
Was there another door out of it?
There was water.
Alright, maybe we should hit the portal.
There's like a couple other rooms around here.
I thought we saw in total those ones around us.
We did not walk in and trigger the traps and figure out.
That's not a requirement. Exactly.
Onyx walks through the portal.
All right.
Does anything bad happen?
A light flares, and Ponix finds himself in a room.
Well, I guess we have to follow him now. Feels like far too many things start like this, and Basil. I mean, wait, we can't see through the portal, can we? It's not like the one that was at Gry's, right?
No, it was the fire portal, right? No, it was the other portal we activated. Sorry.
No, I was talking about the one. Yeah. We did.
So it just looks like it looks like swirling dirt.
I do like swirling dirt. Okay, I'm gonna go through the portal.
The earth moves under my feet.
Onyx too long. Please be swift, and I will go through the portal.
I get on the broom, so I'm hovering just off the ground and go through the portal.
John sighs very, very loudly and trudges through the portal as well.
Yep, I'm heading through the portal.
We're gonna move forward.
It's cool. It was all dark in here until somebody who had light came in, then it lit up.
Yeah, I like that. It made me happy.
Is there a portal on this side?
It's that bottom part. It's where you came from. All that's in this is this room, and I'll describe it now. Okay, nobody move. Everybody froze. Hey,
My simulacrum's gonna go through the portal too.
in a minute he might. Where did your simulacrum grow?
He's right here.
All right, so you guys, except for the Roland and the simulacrum and the homunculi right now, have come into a small room, and in this room is just papers stapled to the wall. And on the far left wall, right next to Grok, is a big mirror, like a almost like a karate dojo, just a long mirror across the wall.
Grok's gonna look in the mirror and kind of look like he's adjusting his hair, but he doesn't have any.
Noted, weirdo. And the rest, like I said, the rest of it across it is a bunch of papers and notes and all sorts of stuff in a ton of different languages.
This pyramid is so strange. It looks like somewhere so lived in, but not many places where people live are full of... Oh, I see. Well, I'm sure they're not that crazy. I'm sure you're just misunderstanding them.
Vanillius is looking at all of the notes, trying to see if there's anything interesting.
Okay. So are you Vanillius? Is that what's going on?
Sure. I mean, we can...
That was good.
Okay, so you see a ton of notes, okay? And the notes are, in your professional opinion, very intelligent notes written by a great person.
Gibberish. Got you.
So you see scribblings of somebody called the Old One, and then you see you see some scribblings, and it talks about different points in their life. I'm going to send you an in-game message because you got secret knowledge because you rolled a 31.
Actually, didn't he roll a 17?
Shut your face! It was a 14.
And math says he got a 31?
You shut your face. You rolled a 1. You did just now.
A friendship roll.
You rolled a 1 friendship roll. And then on the far wall, and by far wall, the wall right next to you and Onyx, you see papers, about 9 different papers with letters spread out. And they're just, it looks relatively random.
Is this like a Pepe Sylvia sort of deal?
I don't know who Pepe Sylvia is.
Okay.
Random and not... It doesn't... None of it seems important.
I don't know. They're papers on a wall, so that's significant. But you haven't found through your 31 investigation what order of those letters mean.
Okay.
I'm gonna check out the mirror now.
Okay. And what are you checking out in the mirror?
I'm gonna check out the frame. I'm gonna touch the mirror itself and make sure it's really there.
It's a real mirror, and it is there.
And is it attached to the wall?
It is. But if you try really hard, you could remove it. I mean, glass will come off.
And it's on the opposite side of where we're at.
Yeah. If you look through the mirror, you would see Onyx and Fanilius against that far wall and the papers and all that.
Okay. So it just seems to be a regular everyday mirror?
Yeah. Well, why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check?
I got a 23.
What languages do you speak?
Giant and dragon, I know for sure.
Giant dragon? Holy cow.
Yeah, as opposed to
And
regular
small dragon too.
Yeah, he's
I
not
said
fluent.
giant and dragon. Yeah, that's it. Draconic and giant.
And common.
I don't have it on my sheet. I don't have it.
Oh.
So, you see that those letters, like you can recognize that they're individual letters to an alphabet you don't know. But when you look at them through the mirror, they look to be different than when you look at them outside of the mirror.
That's a bit odd.
What's wrong?
It's definitely.
Phineas, let me see one of those letters.
I'm not holding them or anything. I'm just reading them.
Are you pointing out Fanilius to look at the letters?
Yes.
Fanilius, as you look in the mirror, the letters are in a different order. And the letters on the wall are just the alphanumerics in Infernal. And when you look at it on the wall, not in the mirror, when you look at the wall, it just says 22, 31, 97. When you look at them in the mirror, it actually says 31, 97, 22.
Do those numbers mean anything to me?
I mean, you guys are familiar with the way like a master lock works. So you know that there's sometimes different locks you can open like that, but you haven't ran into anything yet where those numbers would be significant.
Okay. Nothing from the notes or papers.
No, nothing from the notes or papers reference those numbers.
Okay. I just point out what I'm seeing and save it as information for later.
Anything I can help you with, Finn? You seem confused.
I'm not necessarily confused. There's just a lot of information here that doesn't necessarily mean anything to me right at this moment.
You're like me now. I look at papers, they don't mean nothing to me either.
What are you guys doing?
Basil is not super certain about all the things that those guys are talking about because, can speak Infernal and whatever. But he is sort of a bit confused by what's going on in this room, I guess. So I think, did you say there were doors?
Oh, no.
But it's just like a solid, room?
Mm-hmm.
If you probably, look around and maybe see if there's any sort of, secret door. When it's, just you can only see the lining or whatever.
Give me an investigation check. Let's see if you investigate.
10.
It's a solid stone room everywhere.
There
You
are
don't even
walls
see
here.
the mirror.
You missed. It took you a couple of minutes of looking to realize there were even papers on the wall.
Oh, there's paper! He looks around a little bit excited and then he realizes, oh, yeah, we knew that. Yeah, we knew that. Then he shuts up.
After a while, Ren seeing his friends looking all over, he's been standing in place and just observing what they were doing, and he decides to go around and take a look himself to see if there aren't anything hidden, traps, maybe not traps, but more like secret passage or maybe secret chest or panels in a bookshelf or anything like that. Anything that might look suspicious and out of place.
All right, last investigation check in this room allowed. Go for it.
And I'm looking to the ceiling.
I will assist him.
I roll. Okay.
That's
Can
good.
I roll it with an advantage?
No, you're good. It doesn't matter. You got 30. Yeah, that's a great one. You needed a 15, is what I was hoping for. Fenilius only investigated the papers, and Grok only investigated or perceived the mirror. So you're 30. 30 is great. You just see a small etching in the floor that looks like you might be able to pry it open or out, like a little hidden compartment in the floor.
Red's gonna take his small pouch with his thief's tools, and maybe use the tools as a means to open this small. What do you call it? What was that English word? I don't know.
I don't know. What is that English word you don't know?
I don't remember.
The problem with language barriers.
Anyway,
what is the English word?
I think it meant something like a hole. So yeah, I'm gonna try to see what's in there.
You open it up, and there is a small box with a lock on it.
Guys, I think I found something that was hidden. Oh, well, not meant for our prying eyes. Finn, would you mind taking a look at this, please? Making sure it's not magically trapped or anything, or just safe for us.
Oh, sure.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna ritually cast Detect Magic while we're in the room. Sorry. Proceed.
Rin would just stand beside Finn and watch his every move. Just to make sure that if something is about to explode or poison him or anything, he can react. So I will need a tabouret to go to his side.
I'm sorry, Fenilius, what are you doing with the thing?
Nothing. Grok said he's gonna ritually cast Detect Magic, so I go back to studying the notes and stuff. The really interesting things in the room.
Perfect. It takes 10 minutes. You ritualistically cast Detect Magic, and there's nothing magical about this room besides the gateway. But the box, as you look at it, is made from a heavy metal. It's got instead of having a lock holder bracket attached to it, it looks like the metal was crafted to have the clamps built into the metal, so it's not like a separate piece. It's very solid. It's pretty heavy for how small it is. It looks like it would be big enough to hold maybe a softball.
I will attempt to open it.
Okay, and it doesn't open.
Is there some sort of mechanism that I could figure out, or?
Yeah, there's a like I said before, there's a lock right on it, a combination lock.
I will. Combination lock. Anybody did find anything that could resemble a combination on here? Paper of some sort? I know, Finn, this is your thing, so maybe you. I don't know. Anybody is good with combination, because I suck with numbers.
Yeah, I normally swing my axe this way, or my halberd, and then I swing it that way, and then I do the combination with the poke in the eye.
How many numbers are in the combination?
Yeah, Ricky, how many numbers?
The lock goes up to 200. So there's numbers on the little dial from 1 to 200.
How many individual numbers?
Not possible to tell, I imagine.
Yeah, are you asking me how many numbers you would have to hit in for this lock to open?
I think it's like a safe lock.
Yeah, you'd have no idea.
Oh, it's a safe lock. I was picturing like a suitcase lock.
Nope. It's
me too.
The rotary lock where you gotta go, like a locker in high school.
Oh yeah, you guys have lockers.
I don't know anything about that combination, but I mean there are 3 numbers on the wall.
Okay, so would you think there would be anything to do with what we already have here?
I have no idea, but it's worth a try. The real question is, which order of the numbers would you like to try? Because they're in one order on the wall, and they're in a different order when I look at them in the mirror.
Oh God.
Let's try the one in the mirror.
Yes, that was my thought exactly. I mean, why would it be there if not for some, dark reason?
All right. Well, the first number is 331. That's a 3-1. And then 97, and last 22, 22.
Who's gonna enter the lock, into the combination of the lock?
I will.
Okay, so, Ren, you enter the combination as Fenilius reads it to you, and the moment you hit that third button, a flash jumps out and time freezes. And you get shrunk into the box.
Wasn't I already small enough for you?
Nope. Now you're about a 1/4 millimeter tall.
Oh God. What happens now?
The box starts to plummet to the ground, but thankfully for you, time has slowed down a lot. Inside this box, you see another box with the exact same box, just sitting on a pedestal in the middle of it.
Okay, I will then attempt to enter the combination that we see on the wall and not into the mirror.
Okay, what combination is that?
The numbers Finn provided me.
What numbers did Finn provide you?
I don't know. I don't have that much of a good memory.
Give me an intelligence check.
You're evil.
I'm super evil. You have no idea. I have some traps in here that are mean.
Ren rolled a 17.
Great. So that you know that the order of the numbers he gave you, which were the numbers he read through the mirror, are going to be 31, 97, 22.
Repeat that again?
Yeah, no problem. He told you the number... He gave you the order from the perception of the mirror, not the ones you could see on the wall, but the reflection. And the reflection order, which is what opened up the box, is 31, 97, 22.
31, 22, 97 in that order.
It was 31, 97, 22. 22 was the last one. 97 was the middle one.
Okay, I'm gonna write it backward. Enter the code backward.
So you're gonna go...
from last to first. From last to first.
Okay. So you're gonna go from 22, 97, 31 as you slowly fall to what could only be considered your doom.
Okay, then I will enter 22, 79, and 13.
That's okay. When you do that, you shrink down and you go inside the lockbox that's now falling inside the other lockbox. And you're in a room where it's a very tight room, and there's just another identical lockbox with a lock on it.
I am going totally mad. And then I'm gonna enter 31, 97, 22.
Nothing happens. It does not open.
I wanted some time off. Well, I guess I do have now. I do have some time off and a bit of quiet.
You rolled a 17. I tell you what, give me just a straight 20 check, and if you roll above a 10, I'll give you a big hint.
Oh, God.
I'll give you a smaller hint. The number on the wall that you can see was not just the reverse of the numbers you saw in the mirror. It was in a different order, but it wasn't the reverse.
Okay, then give me another minute.
I mean, time's ticking. Time keeps on ticking in the future. So you've entered the numbers in like this. You did 31, 97, 22, and that's how you went into this box of awesome. And then you did...
No, I'm looking for possibilities here.
And then you did 13, 79, 22, backwards. The only thing... One of the combinations you haven't entered is what they were just on the wall on the outside.
Which I'm trying to remember.
I mean, DM would never be a jerk and say if you put the wrong thing in a couple times, like the fireball goes off or something.
I can escape a fireball. That's not that bad.
What are you gonna do, bud?
All right, I'm gonna enter 31, 22, 97.
Nothing happens.
22, 31, 97.
The box opens. You get sucked into it again. You're now microscopic at this point in time.
I bet.
But what you see in here is you're cramped up. Like you're it feels like you're almost too big for the box. You're hunched over, you can't stand up, you can't really stretch out, and there's a tiny little pedestal that comes up. It's almost like between your knees coming towards you, like you know what I mean, like you're hunched over it. That sounds a little weird, but hopefully you understand the visual I'm trying to make. And on this
Wonderland style.
And on this is it's a glass pedestal. And on this glass pedestal is some sort of runestone. Runestone is light blue, and it has a spiral. That the spiral is going to be light yellow.
I investigate the pedestal as much as I can.
All right. Your investigation roll will just show it's a glass pedestal with that runestone on it. You're pretty close to it. You got a good look. Oh, you rolled a 19.
Okay. Yeah, it was intimidation. I just picked the wrong high. I work. I'm gonna try 22, 97, 31.
Well, there's not a lock. There's no lock. All there is in this room is you, a glass pedestal, and a rock.
I push the rock on the pedestal.
Okay. As soon as you touch the rock, you explode out of the original box like a Jack-in-the-Box, kind of. Like a silly snake, a compressed snake in the can. And you plop down. As Roland comes in, you effectively land on Roland.
Whoa, hey, Ren, where'd you come from? Never mind. Would you mind just, getting up? Yeah, explain it to me after you get up.
I was pretty comfortable right there. I mean, okay, so Ren is going to get off Roland because, might be perceived as some ill intentions. And I will, guys, this box is, I don't know what that is, but it seems like there is something at the end of it. And that's,
I apologize. When you came out, you're holding the rune in your hand now. It came with you.
Oh, make more sense right now. Well, guys, this seemed to be some sort of puzzle to get the rune I have in my hand right now. And I almost died, and I was shrinking, and time was slowing, and, well, I'm already pretty small, but that was, I was in another league of small, if you know what I mean. But figured it out, I guess, with trial and error, which is, well, that was pretty sad and bad on my part, but hey, I found something. Does any of you knows what that is?
It's a stone.
Oh, shut up, you. Oh, never mind. I don't even know why I'm still trying with you. It's just, I love you, buddy, but sometimes you just piss me off.
Oh, Ren.
Answering your question pisses you off?
Never mind. Here's a cookie. Take a cookie. Ren's hands over a cookie.
Cookie.
Feeling better?
Because that would probably work.
I know it would.
I thought this book wasn't supposed to be magical.
Well, somebody got that part wrong.
The box isn't magical. What's in the box is magical. Detect magic doesn't go through everything, and it goes through stuff less the thicker it is, like metal. It's a heavy box.
It's true.
It's mostly metal. That's okay. Anyway, did you discover anything else, Rentilda, while you're in the box?
There he goes. Well, guys, not much actually. There was a glass pedestal with some sort of spiraling symbols in it. I don't know if it has any meaning, but maybe one of you smart cookies could find an answer to that. Not you, Grok. Keep eating the cookie.
Oh, I'm glad you're safe, friend.
Alex was just going to hold the cookie over next to it since he wanted a smart cookie.
SMH.
So does anybody has an idea of what I'm holding in my hand and what the symbol might mean on the crystal pedestal? The glass pedestal.
Did Rin describe what the symbol looked like?
No, he said spiral, which is about what I told him.
I'd like to lean over and take a look, but I'd let someone else take the lead. Basil will just be like, ooh, what'd that look like?
Is this stone got runes or something on it, or does it just look like a gem?
It's a light blue stone with a yellow spiral. Starting in the top center, it's almost like a somewhat triangular-ish stone. It's very soft edges, it's more curved than anything. The pointy part starts at the very top and it comes down, and it just goes circles in and in until it stops towards the middle. Does that make sense?
Yes. So I'll take a look at it and say that it looks like a portal stone, like a rune stone that would be used to
Grok,
activate and take you to a portal.
How long does Detect Magic last?
10 minutes.
Yeah. It's got whatever the type of magic is dealt with teleportation all over it.
Conjuration.
I'm going to take your word for it.
So anybody figured out what that rock is?
Well,
Something
it's
to do with
conjuration magic.
Sorry, I was thinking about something else. Might not have been listening.
Well, does it seem to have any function on its own, or is it part of a set?
Wait,
How am I supposed to know the answer to that?
Well, I don't know. I just thought maybe... I'm not sure. It was more of a sort of open question for, the panel.
I mean, you're asking as a rock part of a set of rocks.
Well, I don't know. I just, it's a symbol and is teleporting magic, and we found it in a room that we got through by teleporting, so maybe it has something to do with that, and we have to get a few more.
Okay, but now what, guys?
That sounds reasonable.
I don't know if there's anything else for us to do in here. Can we return to the room with the candles and try a different candle?
Was that supposed to be a joke or puns or wordplay?
No, the room with the candles that teleported us here.
It is the way you said it.
But I didn't mean to cause any confusion.
You know I get confused sometimes. It's the herb. It's the halfling herb.
That's very fair. But maybe we should try that. Try and investigate one of the other... presuming the same thing would happen.
Does anybody have any objections about this plan, or shall we stay here and wait for death to come? Or another shrinking machine?
Does the portal have any kind of runes or symbols or anything anywhere near it or around it? I will investigate that now.
Okay, there's a standard runes around there. There is on the top, in the top center, at the apex of the arch, a insert that is empty. That looks suspiciously like something that you may have found recently.
Okay, I will ask, are any of the symbols a duplicate of the one that I saw on the stone, or is that rune missing from the portal?
Yeah, the symbol is not anywhere on the portal, but the stone that the symbol is on looks like it would fit in the hole on the top of the portal.
All right. I will ask Rin for the stone, and if he gives it to me, I will put it in the hole.
You'd have to give it to you. He's too short to reach.
Rin will gladly give the cursed rock to the elf.
When you reach up and you place it on the thing, and it lights up, and it doesn't take the stone from you, but the gate grows a stone there. Does that make sense? Like a stone kind of, it fills up.
It does.
Okay.
I will slip the stone into one of my pockets.
Perfect.
And say, here, let's try this portal.
Do you go through?
Oh,
I do.
I'll try and stumble after him a little bit faster than I would have were it Onyx.
Roland will go next.
Yeah, I'm going into.
I'll bring you some Malacorn because you said earlier that you wanted to bring it.
I wasn't sure if you caught that or not.
Yeah, I was almost going to be like, hey man, your simulacrum's gone, but I was like, no, he said I just never got it to it. Anybody not going through? Okay, you come in and it looks like a larger room. From where you're at, there's a couple of things that I'll point out to you. So it's got the stone floor, kind of looks like it was stone bricks laid in, like you can see the zigzag pattern and the horribly out of focus map there. There's a couple of things you will see. You see there's, periodically there are torches on the walls providing a little light. Grok is, of course, a bright and shining, and Grok the Simulacrum is a bright and shining light torches for you as well. You see it's just the stone is different. The floor is different, a different surface here, with the 4 glowing points and the 4 other points which are not glowing. It's made out of a light, colors that vary from like a black to a light purple, with the lights being like an orange. You do see that over here is a stairway that goes down. That's about a 3-foot drop. Stairs aren't that big. That goes off into a hallway down the road there. So this floor is bigger, so I have bigger traps to mess with you.
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you this. Good luck. Okay, go ahead and move, guys. Do me a favor. Don't move a lot, and let me know. What's the arrow for?
Guys, how about you let me go first? Just, Rin will move up until here. He's gonna make the rounds to see if there are anything out of place or that could be dangerous to my fellowship.
He's looking for rings.
All right, there is, as you get closer to this, you see there is a writing that goes around the outside of the circle. You see how there's 2 circles, there's a 1 circle on the outside of the pattern, inside the big square pattern, where the outside of that circle has writing. Let me check your languages. Oh yeah, it's neither halfling nor common.
Okay, I'm gonna keep investigating around the room and see if... Oh, is that a wall?
Yeah, and give me a perception check.
24.
All right, you find there are traps all around here on the ledge there.
We'll mark them.
What are you going to mark them with?
This little computer tool.
Rin's in the future.
That is impressive. One busts out a laptop.
That makes it so funny.
But are you marking them in the game for people?
Yeah, because I'm doing it with a shock that I have in my pockets.
All
I'm
right.
just highlighting the place people shouldn't walk. Going on the other side and see what it looks like. Do I find the same kind of traps or stuff like this?
I always get nervous when I see Rin on his own in a corner somewhere on the map.
Strangely enough, Roland feels the same way.
Okay, you guys can continue to do things now.
Okay.
I moved on the other side and I'm doing the same thing and see what happens. And that's 35.
Everything looks fine. There are no traps on the southern side of the stairs.
I will then move on to the magic symbol in the middle and see if something's up there. Like, the danger is if Finn goes there and investigates it.
So you're going to see if it's dangerous for Finn to investigate the magic circle?
Jesus Christ, man.
I wish the audience could have seen that.
My vocabulary is so...
I know, and I'm very sorry.
Checking for
I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're fine.
You're not sorry.
There's no mechanical trap. There's no mechanical trap there.
All right, I'm gonna move down the stairs and go up here.
And as you walk there, a
And
barrier
see.
stops you.
Invisible one, or
It's mostly invisible. It's not very strong. You could probably push through it if you wanted to.
I will attempt to throw a tiny magic pointy through it, see what it does. And I'm gonna be in in an angle in case it's bounced back?
All right, the pointy, you throw it and it kind of bounces off and lands right at the floor of it. But you get a bad feeling. It feels evil all of a sudden.
Stinky.
Okay, I'm gonna make one last move, and I would like to see if there's anything that could be of
There's no
use
traps.
or
There's no traps. There's nothing.
no nothing.
Adorning the walls are tapestries, and the tapestries of the room, kind of in this bottom area, there are tapestries. They are just various stuff. In one, you see a fighter fighting a dragon. You see a rogue taking something or possibly putting something in somebody's pocket. You see somebody playing an instrument like a bard. You see a cleric doing a ritual over a passed away person. Like you just each tapestry is going to be another person doing something that looks a little class specific. You see somebody doing a backflip. You assume that's like Basil.
The group's resident flipper. Yes, that makes sense. Yes.
Nobody touch a hit point. Nobody touch a spell slot, or I will delete you.
All right, so we've got Joe with us, who plays Rin on the podcast.
Hey, man.
Why don't we talk about that puzzle box? Like, that was an interesting trap.
I think it was nice. Like this is like, I think this was the first time where Ricky like gave us a puzzle where there was like multiple steps and where we needed to like use the room and like, well, first of all, let's just talk about the box. There's a box that I was able to like detect with my investigation check, and I was like, I don't know. I think he made it up like before the game or something like that. I think it felt like pretty improvised, but it was a kind of a cool puzzle. You know, you got like all these numbers written on the walls. We don't know what that is, what it does, and like as Rin would do normally, we just like investigate the whole room and try to find out clues about what we're doing.
Let's talk about the puzzle itself. So first we had to find the combination, which there's numbers on pieces of paper, but then when you looked into the mirror, you saw those same numbers, but in a different order.
Yeah. So we kind of had to like find a combination.
But it wasn't an actual mirror image, though.
No. Which was pretty weird.
Yeah, that's the weirdest part to me.
And I think like what Vin did, if I remember it correctly, it's just like, I'm gonna try to open that box like by entering numbers, and then I got trapped.
And yeah, because you put in, and I should know this, but I think you put it in the order that they appeared on the wall, not in the mirror.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I remember.
Yeah, I think that was it. And then that's when you got to like going backwards and trying to put in the reverse of the numbers.
Yeah, like, also, even though like I had to write the numbers on a piece of paper and try some different combination, and then I felt like it got trapped in a different dimension, and then I kind of tried another one in there because there was like another, I don't know, like combination device or something like that, and the more I entered it, the more small the room, well, the box got for me, so I was kind of trapped. Yeah, I'm already like just only 3 feet tall, so it was like over shrinking.
And it is basically a time stop for everyone else. Like time stopped for everyone else. That's one of the main reasons why no one was allowed to help you.
Yeah, and that was pretty cool because like we don't get like these do-it-yourself kind of moment often, so it was an interesting take on a puzzle for me.
Yeah, and listening back on it has made me realize that I should be taking notes a lot more thoroughly than I do now.
Yeah, definitely. I don't remember what it gave us though. Was it a key or maybe something? I think it was something to help us go through the next room.
Pretty much, it was the missing piece to a portal, basically.
Yeah, that's
But
why
once
we
it- what,
we asked Finn.
Yeah, and once Finn put it there, a stone just appeared in the spot, and we got to keep the stone.
Yeah, and we were able to leave the room after that.
Yeah, it took us to the next room, and I think that's about where we are. So, with that said, I just want to thank you, listeners, for joining us on our little adventure. It's a lot of fun playing the game. It's also fun making this for something for you to listen to. So, I just want you to know that we appreciate you, and we appreciate ratings and reviews. You know, help support us if you enjoy the show. We really appreciate it. Joe, any last words for the listeners before we get back to the show?
Yeah, don't forget to leave a review wherever you listen.
Alright, so Fenilius has said that he stares at the floor as he slowly spins in a circle.
Is he gone
Finn?
mad?
Fenelius, does he respond at all?
He does not.
I'm gonna go over to him. Finn?
Oh, now he's broken. That's not good.
Oh, I guess I can make like a 5-foot staff. I'll spend a key point, Ricky, to make just a long stick of ice using the water on my back. I just want to poke Finn with it. Move like there, and then poke him.
You are startled as a long, pokey stick of ice.
It's very cold.
Coldly, and not sharply, but coldly pokes you in the shoulder as you spin away.
I jump and almost fall off my broom.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Well, I don't know. I was confused about the spinning, and I thought it was bad, so I wanted to stop it.
I'm reading.
What?
Yeah,
spinning?
Around the because it goes around this circle thing. The words goes around. It appears to be a poem of some sort.
Oh, that sounds lovely. What language is it in? No F-bomb escapes.
So what language is it?
I've answered in all the ways that I feel it necessary to answer.
Okay.
I sent you a message.
Yep, I see it now.
Okay.
As when I asked that, it wasn't in there yet.
No, I typed it as you asked it. I was about to hit sender. I was being snarky for no reason whatsoever.
That's the best kind of snark.
It appears to be infernal.
Could you read it to me?
I can.
You will retract the pokey stick.
It appears to say it seems perhaps a little ominous. It says, "To pass the room without the doom, you must be kind and play so nice. Please pay the keeper the best of price. Valued you are to come this far. Unique to you a skill or performance, please do. All my pay, or else we slay."
That might have been supposed to say "all must pay."
I thought it might, but I just read what I saw.
I was too worried about the rhyming words. I was too busy worried about those to really pay attention to the rest of them.
How peculiar. Does it rhyme in both languages, or did you come up with the rhyming yourself to match?
As somebody who's a DM that's very fluent in Infernal, I can tell you that absolutely rhymes. It's just a lot more hard vowels. Hard consonants, I mean, in other rhymes.
I see.
One sounds nice and melodic. The other one sounds like some angry foreign lady is yelling at you.
Matilda?
Which is what Fenelius describes as he says that he translated it as good as he could in poem form.
It's very nice. You did a good job. It is a little bit... I agree with your assessment. It is a bit ominous.
You don't think it sounds lovely anymore?
Well, it can be lovely and ominous. It's allowed to be both.
Rin will go toward the door and the doorway, and I will take out my pan flute. What does the instrument that Samphir plays? It's called
Foost.
Anyway, I'm taking out my flute, and I'm gonna play some sort of halfling happy song.
Okay, we'll hold that for just a second.
That's crazy. It sounds just like the Numa Numa song.
Anybody plays a drum could form a band.
So as I see Rin take out his whatever instrument he has, and it appears that he might be getting ready to play, I suggest that he might want to do it over here on or near the rune in the floor.
Well, sure. Ren will go over and play over the runes. Where exactly Mr. Finn, sir, asked him to be.
So you pull out, what instrument is it?
It's a flute, some sort of like
a pan flute.
A pan flute, yeah. Isn't it
Yeah.
what I said?
But you were very ambiguous. So it could be a pan flute, it could have been a lute flute, it could have been a tube flute, whatever kind of flute you're trying to play there. I just wanted to make sure I had the right flute.
The one that arcs with multiple tubes.
But as you play, one of these runes on the thing fills up, and then you get put here right about a minute and a half into your performance, and you're in some sort of stasis. Nobody hears this besides Ren, so I'm going to need you guys to be pretenders. Ren, you feel happier than you felt in a long. You just feel like a ton of serotonin, and Adora just released. You feel just comfortable and relaxed and joyful. And you shimmer the same color the barrier does, but you're now in a stasis. You don't get to move. Stay still.
I'm not sure I like to be that happy, but that's okay for now.
Is that supposed to happen?
I really don't know.
Is this good or did he do it wrong?
I go over and look really closely at Ren. Does it look like he's in pain or?
No. You do notice that the aura he is matches the aura of the gate. It looks like he's fine. He just can't move. So that's not fine. But he's, like I said, he's glowing the same kind of aura of the gate, which happens to be similar to the aura of the light on the thing that lit up. So you think maybe it's working, but again, he's in stasis now, and that's weird.
Yeah, I think he might have done it right. Someone else should probably try next.
And I feel like you are all intelligent people. So Onyx, close your ears.
What the heck?
I'm a jerk. But remember, it says, unique to you, a skill or performance please do. Right? So playing an instrument from a bard is unique to them. Also, I don't know if you guys heard when I was describing, and this again because of your intelligence, and because characters often are smarter than players are, just throwing out a couple of extra hints in this puzzle so you don't doom. Remember that these posters showed all these different classes doing a skill specific to that class.
That is true, but I do want to remind you, Basil is the designated panic boy, and somebody just got turned into a crispy, golden, happy boy.
It's a pretty good
Panic
description.
boy at the
actually.
disco.
That was a pretty good description of Ren.
Yeah. Okay. Who wants to go next? I mean, is there anyone that would have to do something that requires the aid of someone else? Because they should probably go now, so we don't run out of people and then get stuck in the.
Fenilius is a researcher, so I want to look at the diagrams and the pictures on the walls and stuff and see if I can find one that speaks to the types of skills that I might have, so I can do exactly what it says on the picture.
Okay, you do see, so the pictures I'm talking about are all here. They line this room, and I don't have like pictures and stuff I could put there. I just tell you on the wall are tapestries that hang going from top to down, obviously. But you do see somebody who looks like a caster casting a spell. It looks like they've got spell ingredients in their hand. It looks like they are very focused. It looks like they're mid words, like they're in the middle of speaking. So it looks like there might be some somatic and material and the other word components going on.
Grok says, my special skill is blowing things up, so everybody else should go first.
I cast a spell that has verbal, somatic, and material components because it feels like I need to make sure I cover all the bases. Mm-hmm. So I cast comprehend languages.
All right, as you kneel down and cast the spell, what school is the spell from?
Divination. Yeah, I got that covered too, Ricky.
Okay, I just wanted to double check. As you do it, you drop down and you cast it, and same thing happens. And for the moment, Ren, right now, what would be your happy place? And I'll get to you in a second, Fen. What do you think your happy place for Ren? Not your happy place, because I don't need to talk about booze and like women of the night. What would Ren? It might be the same. What would Ren's happy place be?
First of all, never used the services of a woman of the night. I might have party with them.
He waits
But
until
that's it.
dawn.
I think Rin's happy place would be somewhere lonely in the forest in a small wooden cabin by some river, and he would be like fishing stuff and having like a small campfire and just being on his own.
And so that's effectively what we're doing. The only thing I would add is, as much as you've talked about it in game, you probably have a pipe somewhere near you with some smoke rolling out of it as you just lazily hang out. Maybe you've got a fishing line in that you're not really checking. Phanilius, I'm going to guess, and if I'm wrong, correct me, because you're in the same feeling. You feel perfect, you feel happy, everything feels dandy, but you're in a study, and there's so many books that you've never had a chance to read. You have no obligation, no time. There's just a comfortable chair, a nice warm tea, and all the books you can read with no rush to get through them.
Yeah, that's perfect. I never want to leave.
That's where you feel like you are right now. And you're also in a stasis. From this point on, you can't contribute or add in character to anything. What are you other guys doing? You notice Phanilius is glowing the same color as both the barrier. Another light has lit up on the symbol in the floor, and he now matches Ren's glow.
Ravijan would like to cast Spare the Dying.
Are you casting it where you're at now? Where are you going to be when you cast it?
Should I be in the middle of the thinger? In the middle of the floor there?
Or if you're trying to do the same thing that Ren and Phanilius both did, it might be... I mean, you don't have to. You're obviously player agency. But they were both in the same spot when they did their thing.
Okay.
There you go.
There. Ravijan will go stand in the same spot as Finn and Ren and cast Spare the Dying.
You cast a cantrip, and you get a couple... Nothing happens. You get a little bit of a gut feeling about it. One, as you remember the words of the poem, I'll give you a couple of two light fruit hints. One, you feel like since you're a life domain cleric, you might want to cast one of your life domain cleric spells. And two, the spell felt very weak. It feels like they want a sacrifice from you, like something that costs a spell slot. I will say, I think Cure Wounds is a first level life cleric bonus domain spell.
Are you okay, Rabijan?
Ravijan would be feeling better if she had Cure Wounds readied, but she doesn't. So
It's always ready when it's a domain spell. You always have it ready.
Yeah.
Okay, well then Ravijan will cast Cure Wounds instead.
Perfect. Now, what would Rabijan's happy place be?
A room with one table, one chair, one plate, and then you can't see anything around it because of all of the food.
Just mountains of food everywhere.
Yes.
Possibly that gnome that Abel gave you cooking you breakfast.
Yeah, but she can't see him or hear his grumpiness. All she sees is the food. Oh, and the plate is encrusted with gems and cast in silver so as to be shiny.
Shiny.
Shiny, happy people.
Okay, burn the spell slot, and then you find yourself mentally in that room with a mountain of food that just keeps getting shut. Like as you fish a plate, you see a tiny little gnome hand reach out, grab the plate, and put another mountainous food, a perfect plate. That's all you see. Just a plate gets shoved on the table as it scurries off in between the mountains of fresh, baked, delicious foods.
Sounds like heaven.
Anybody else doing something?
I'm waiting to go last.
Well, Basil's gonna look at Grok and be like, are we aware that more than one person can do a similar thing? Because I don't know how this works. Does that count as... I'm not entirely familiar with how magic works, but are you confident you're not going to get stuck in here, Grok?
Honestly, I'm not confident that this is even going to work.
Basil grimaces. Oh. Okay.
You're a flippy boy. I'm assuming all you gotta do is like a cartwheel or something.
Most of my problems are solved by cartwheels.
Or a somersault. Maybe a jumping jack.
Handspray.
A somersault is a forbidden technique. None of the Elven Order of Herbs and Spices will perform that technique without warranted need. Oh, also, for the audience, Onyx has stepped onto the sigil.
Okay, we're
Yeah.
What are you
Okay.
gonna do, Onyx?
Oh, hey Basil, come here.
Of course, Onyx. And I will hop next
I
to him.
lift him up.
You pick him up. Make a strength check.
Please do not
Is this like
bane me.
Is this like the Dirty Dancing time of my life?
It is now. He tried to pick him up strongly, but now you just... I can't think of the song, but now the song starts playing. floating from Rin melodically.
I will cast Minor Illusion to play the song.
It's like a MIDI version.
It's a minor illusion. It's an 8-bit version.
Nobody puts Basil in a corner.
Basil freaked out from you trying to pick him up. Wiggles away from your strength of 7.
What? Alex!
Stay still! And then I rage. And then
When
I
you-
look him up.
Hold on. When you rage,
No.
what's your happy? What would be Onyx's happy place? I'm imagining mentally your family's fine. Maybe there's an invading army of orcs or something, and you're just on a mountain of dead bodies that you've slashed.
Sounds good to me.
So that's you're just climbing a mountain of bodies so that you can get to the fresh bodies as you mortar a bunch of them. Basil,
Oh,
you almost got picked up. You almost got manhandled.
that is the most terrified I've ever been.
Isn't
Now
that,
look at his eyes.
isn't that Basil doing some flippy boy stuff?
That was terrifying.
It is, but Rabbi Jen cast a spell and it didn't work as well. So it's like I've set criteria.
Mm-hmm.
You actually have to try.
Time of my life.
Well, but after having like a miniature sort of, I can't imagine how terrifying it must be to look into the eyes of a raging barbarian after they just tried to grab you. So I'm just sort of, just want to get that across.
Yeah.
But after
Especially
he
Onyx.
exactly. But after he recovers, he catches his breath. He'll stand up and say, "Okay, I'll try myself." And he will, holding his the stick that he made for Fenelius to poke him, he will sort of kick off the ends of it, so it's a much shorter, more manageable quarterstaff sort of thing, and he will begin. I guess he'll just do what he would do in like his, like daily exercises, training sort of thing, just turning the.
So you
the
spend any
quarterstaff
key
from
point to
weapon to
manipulate
weapon.
the elements?
Yeah, he's gonna key point for the water thing, and then just do monk stuff.
You see Basil look like the waterbender girl from Avatar for a brief moment as he makes a stick to do stuff, and then he pops over, and I have no idea what Basil's happy place is. What do you think Basil's happy place would be, Basil?
Probably like he's
The greater.
standing over the dead body of the great sage. No, he's
the lesson now?
he's like
very country right there. He's very British to very American country all in a moment.
I mean, that's the roots, man. Basil's gonna be sat in a very sort of calm room. There's like sage burning, not the great one, just sage.
I mentioned the elements, you old son of a bitch. Take that.
And he's there's like maybe an initiate for the order, or maybe it's just a friend. It doesn't really matter. And he's doing like he did before, giving them a tattoo. And out the window, there's the sort of semi-distant sound of Ron, master of poisonous snakes, giving a lecture with gusto on the nature of these wonderful animals. And then out the other window, you can hear like the sounds of people training. And there's just this very cozy feeling.
Your happy place, just to be clear, includes Ron going, and just so you know, when a snake bites you and you get all sick, it's poisonous. But if you bite the snake and it dies, that means you're venomous. And that's science, folks. Can't argue with that.
Basil's happy place is being surrounded by people who enjoy their passions.
No matter how wrong they are in their passions. And you say that one sentence to make up for months of bullying Roland. I said one sentence, and I'll never say it again.
I would say as long as they're doing no harm, but I guess that's not true. You just give wrong information about dangerous snakes.
All right, so you're there. You're there. This leaves Grok and Roland. What are you guys going to do?
Roland steps up, crosses his arms, glances to his side quick, throws his head back, and then wild shapes into a brown bear.
Perfect. And then, Roland, what's your brown bear happy place?
It's going to be a lush, fade-like forest, teeming with wildlife. There's running water nearby. The wildlife is friendly because Roland would have taken the time to make friends with the local animals. And really, that's about it. It's just peaceful and calm, and Roland is at peace by himself in the wild.
Grok, what are you gonna do, bud?
Grok's gonna step up in the middle of the thing. I will be casting a Scorching Ray. So does that work for him?
Where do you stand when you cast it?
Right
Perfect. There. And where do you cast it at, just for giggles?
I'm gonna cast it at the wall up here.
We ding the okay, yeah, perfect. 3 bolts go out and scorch, and as soon as it happens, you go there. What's your happy place?
Grok's kind of a simple person. His happy place is inside of his shell with a good book.
Perfect. You're there reading a great book. What's the simulacrum going to do?
The simulacrum, not wanting to burn a spell slot, is going to stand there and out of the ring of spell storing, cast Wall of Fire right there.
Alright, that's a sacrifice. And what's the simulacrum's happy place?
The simulacrum is a copy of Grok, so I'm assuming
So it's the
his
same thing,
happy
yeah.
place would be the same thing.
Okay, you guys are all in your happy place. A giant white light explodes.
Further leading to me continuing to be in my happy place.
That's it. We've reached the end of the tunnel.
And you guys are now on the other side of the barrier. And you hear, just as you appear on that side of the barrier, every time a body appears, you hear a shh, like somebody moving a tally down an abacus. And as the last one of you goes, you just hear, interesting. And then it's all quiet again.
Well, that was surprisingly pleasant.
I wonder if we can go back.
That would be lovely.
The barrier appears to be gone.
I would assume that we would have to get really, not happy place to go back. So Onyx, if
That's
I
how I
were
got
you, I
here.
would... Really, that's interesting.
But perhaps now we should press on. I get the sort of disturbing feeling that we are being observed.
No one's observing you.
Oh, sounds like an observer.
When he says that we're being observed, I get real wide-eyed and stare right at him.
Fuck, you're not helping. Stop it.
I'm just keeping my eyes locked right on Basil.
Do I still have my water stick?
No, it's gone. Don't focus on it.
I will get into a ready sort of combat stance, and I'll be like, hello? Person who was definitely observing us?
You hear nothing. Alright, so what do you guys want to do here?
I think this is where Ren, if he was here, would be scouting up ahead.
Yeah,
You think so?
maybe, if you were here.
I am there.
If we want a scout, I can get us a scout.
Okay. Well, not that I don't trust your scouting methods, but I believe this always has been my job, and I'm just gonna fulfill it. Good. I was so happy, guys, in that happy place. It was disgusting.
That doesn't sound very happy.
Ren will just move over there and look for traps.
Go ahead and give me a active perception roll.
That is a 21 for him.
Okay. Here, you saw a trap. Here, saw a trap. And then everything else is gravy, baby.
Well, I'm gonna try to disarm them so people can, pass.
Ooh, give me some rolls.
I just realized,
30 years
I
later.
don't know how T-Code works. So it's basically my proficiency plus my D20 and my dexterity, I guess.
You should have an item on your character sheet you can click. You rolled a 3. There you go.
Yeah, but I cannot... there I go.
That's what you're doing.
That's the skills, and I don't believe I can roll lower than a 10.
So you rolled for this one. Now roll for the one you're next to. So please click on your Thieves Tools again. That works just dandy.
Oh, didn't have proficiency the first time. Sorry. Okay, starting over.
It's fine. If you add proficiency to your first level, it's fine. Alright, you've cleared traps. What else are you going to do, bud?
I'm gonna move around the place and see if there are none anymore.
Well, that's about as far as you got vision for. Yeah, it's a creepy looking room from your perspective.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's not weird. You don't have
Yeah,
dark
it is.
vision. The torches are on the wall behind you.
Do you need me to walk down
I'm gonna come back and just tell my people, okay, guys, you can come, but I wonder if anyone could, like, oh, he does have dark vision.
The turtle's a bit light.
Everything seems to be safe. I'm gonna pick one of these torch.
Grok has the continual flame spell cast on the front of the shell.
You're not going to be able to move the torch.
I figured.
I'm sure you have one in your bag, though, right?
I do. But I'm using the one on the wall. Oh, no, I can't move them. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I'm just going to pick one in mine.
Yeah, I was like, you're not
didn't understand that very well. And I will keep on perceiving or taking a look around if there's no trap or springing wall or something that could be, like, very dangerous.
All right, hold on. Let's stop you here. Also, there's this little torch right here you should be able to move.
Thank you.
From here, I need Phanilius, Basil, Simulacrum, Grok, Onyx, and Ren to make drink checks.
Oh god.
Checks or saves?
It would be save. It would be a save.
I'm so happy I have proficiency at every save. Oh.
Bragger.
I think you mean coward.
So Phanilius and Grok, as we guys get down here, the plate under Ren compresses. Don't feel bad, Ren. It was an insanely high check, which is fine because you guys are level 18. You guys need some dirty stuff to happen to you. And you feel suction happening. Like the wind in this room, you're being dragged towards a point. And it wasn't Grok, but it was Grok squared, or was it Grok squared that passed?
Grok squared got the 3.
So you guys get sucked towards this big wall of darkness I didn't mean to have back there.
What wall of darkness?
Big wall.
What big wall? This? Oh.
So as you come into this room, it doesn't necessarily look like a wall is right here.
Okay.
But it does. But it's darkness.
Right. Is it like when we were on that, when we visited True Abel?
Yes, kind of. Okay. So we're going to move into, go ahead and do initiative order, guys. Wait.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and do it now. All right, so the first round here happened. Great wind and pressure, almost like a magnetic force, goes to pull you towards this impending darkness. Most of you made your saves. Some of you had really good rolls despite your regular class. A couple of you rolled pretty bad. I mean, Grok got a natural... Grok squared, the Simulacrum got a natural 1. Which is not good.
Can I... If Finn starts to fly past me, can I, reaction, grab him or something?
You can do whatever one on your turn in just a second here. So he's already moved past you to there. You guys were all caught by surprise by this trap. Grok, you've now seen your Simulacrum and Phanilius both get sucked towards impending doom. What do you want to do?
I'm going to be moving back out into the hallway. Back up this way.
Screw you, Simulacrum. I'm out.
Oh, he's going to be going that way, too.
All right, so at the beginning of your turn, go ahead and give me a strength save.
12.
You find yourself right there.
Ah!
But now you can move. Or whatever. You stick your head and you see this.
I see it, but it looks like a bunch of Christmas trees.
Imagine painful Christmas trees.
Okay.
So where do you want to go? Sit right there?
I was going to start my movement there.
Okay.
That would be 5 feet right there.
I didn't say it before. Had I been thinking, I would have made it difficult terrain because you're being pulled against, but you passed your check, so you're good.
Alright, that's fine.
That's fine. It's fine.
I'll tell them, you gotta get away from there. There's a whole lot of spikies where it's pulling you.
Oh, and then anything else?
No, I'm good.
See it, Basil. Strength save.
Strength save.
Get a natural 1. Get a natural 1. Get a natural 1.
19. Is that good enough?
You feel fine.
Okay. So is Simulacrum Grok over the precipice, sort of over the edge?
It'd be it's like those stressful 1980s cop movies where the guy's standing on the ledge of the skyscraper and his arms are wiggling and wobbling.
Okay. Is there a ceiling to this room that I can see?
Yeah, it's 10-foot ceiling, sure.
If I move here, can I see if there's a ceiling in this room, in this corridor as well?
It's a ceiling, same ceiling.
Okay, I'm gonna spend 6 key points and use a wave of rolling earth to cast Wall of Stone and block off us from the darkness. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Over here, you're gonna block off the darkness. Is that where you're putting
Yeah,
it?
in like a line from top, from like, hang on, I'll try and draw it. Something like that. Like, I don't want to like push anyone into it, so I'd have to curve it with the panels, but like something like that.
I don't see it.
Can you not see it? No. I might just have to show you it with the ruler then. Is that okay?
Go for it.
Like, do you get what I'm sort of saying?
So you're creating a wall that does that.
Yeah, because to stop people from falling, I want it to be like Shira, but I didn't want to draw over someone's token in case it would, mess something up.
Okay.
I would prefer it if it like pushed us into it, but I didn't want to like cover someone's token up or something. Do you get what I'm saying?
You. Okay, so you use your key points to create a catch wall.
Basically, I'm gonna pop it in the chat.
I got you. That's good. I'm good.
So that's 6 key points.
How many key points do you have left?
1.
All right, and that's including the ones for making the ice pokies before, right?
Yeah, I took off 2. One for the
That's because
first
you're
Pokey, and then
doing
one
it?
for the actual sacrifice.
Okay, beautiful. Cornelius, it's your turn. No strength save. You feel the pressure stop. Would you like that again?
Oh, wait! I just want to really quickly say, because I thought this was a fun idea. When Basil casts a spell, he the guild tattoo? It's an elephant. It glows, and he raises his hand in the air, and you hear the little Power Rangers shows, like the stock elephant sound as he slams it into the ground, like a.
I love and hate you all at the same time.
I just wanted you all to share in my mental image because I love stock sounds.
And Cornelius, you've moved up. What else you got, bud?
That's it. I move up.
Onyx.
Are we still being pulled, or is the wall blocking it?
The wall is blocked to the pool.
I am going to spend my time. I'm going to click my immovable rod, tie a rope to it, and toss my rope down that way, so just in case something happens, we'll have a rope.
Okay.
And that's all I'm doing.
Ren, what are you going to do, bud?
I'm gonna try to get out of there with all my might.
You don't feel anything pulling against you. You were able to walk freely. Once he put that wall up, the suction stopped.
I'm gonna go get you. Don't worry about it.
I'm just gonna get back a little bit and just sit this run out.
Rabijan.
Rabijan's gonna hang out where she's at just because she heard Grax say to stay away from that wall, so she's gonna do that.
And then Simulacrum.
He's gonna move back out into the hallway.
Rolling anything?
No.
Okay, we're out of turn order right now, as there's no longer a need for me to make you guys do saves and see if you fall into Christmas trees of death. What are you guys going to do?
Basil is going to maintain concentration on the wall, and he's going to turn to the rest of the party, blushing, and be like, I am so sorry, I panicked.
Well, you did really, really
No, it's
creative
okay.
things, man. And you were quick thinking, and I appreciate that.
I was just worried, and then Grok said spiky figs, and I thought it would be messy, and I did certainly panic a little, but I'm glad that you're safe. I should have made a different shape of the wall so we could at least press on, but I didn't really want to waste time thinking about that.
How about we make a tunnel next time? Doesn't it sound like a good idea? Maybe we could go through this hallway without being sucked at.
The only problem was I can't see what's on the other side very well, so I didn't know if it would just be a bit null to only cover some of the void. And I didn't really want to do an experiment.
Well, now we know.
But Basil's basically going to explain that if we wait too long, the wall will become permanent, which might be a bit of a issue to break and get through without getting sucked into the darkness. But maybe we could use this time to try and figure out what is going on. He is also basically out of key points and wouldn't be able to do it again unless we took a moment to meditate, aka a short rest.
I got this immovable rod, not going nowhere, with a rope tied to it. People grab the rope. They don't get sucky-suckied.
Please don't call it that. I will make the humblest of requests, Onyx. Please don't call it that.
But it is a rope.
Yes. Of course. My mistake. But that is a good idea. We could take the time to tether ourselves, and then I could dispel the wall, and we can try again. Perhaps on the other side we'll find time to respite. Or not. We could just keep going. I can still hit things. It's just it won't be very flashy.
I didn't see it for sure, but Rin, was that a trap that you triggered? Can't you just try to untrigger it?
Huh.
Is it on the business end of the wall?
Let me check again. I'm looking for traps. I'm actually looking for something that started that chain reaction.
You know it was the panel you felt click into place when you stepped on it, don't you?
I'm gonna take a look at it and see if I can disarm it. Or just put it back in its place and just don't... So the trap get back to its original state. If that makes sense.
Go ahead and roll a Thieves' Tools to disarm trap.
23.
You try to set it back into place and you get it close, but right at the end it keeps slipping back into the position it was in after you stepped on it.
Did I damage it, or in some ways that I can never try again, or...
No, you rolled the check for it. It would be a weird thing if I just let you roll over and over and over again to do it. It would be until he hits.
Yeah, I understand.
It's just a really high difficulty to perceive and to fix.
No luck?
Well, basically, guys, I think I just don't get the... Well, I never seen such a trap, so maybe I don't think I can do anything else about this one.
We're going to go ahead and end the episode there. Thanks for coming along and listening to us play some Dungeons & Dragons. We hope you had a good time. And join us next time with Defenders of the Veil as we try to find dragons to slay.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Defenders of the Veil. You can follow the cast on Facebook at Defenders of the Veil or on Twitter at Defenders Veil. Please subscribe. Leave us a 5-star rating and review wherever you find podcasts. Tell your friends about us too. Make sure you tune in next week for more shenanigans from the Veil. Until then, guilties, farewell.
The box isn't magical. What's in the box is magical. Yeah, I'm the DM, and I just play with words.
Who said that?
Ron.
I just got bullied by my own players.
You just got cyberbullied.
I just want to pause for a second. And I had an idea of the poem that I wanted to send, but I just want to point out that I just came up with it off the cuff. And I feel like I'm going to change my middle name to RR so I can be R.R.R. Tolkien.
I see. I'm concerned a little bit.
He's so modest.
No, you're trying to say his poem's funny, so we'd be going R R R R.
Most of my problems are solved by cartwheels.
Or a somersault. Maybe a jumping jack.
A somersault is a forbidden technique. None of the Elven Order of Herbs and Spices will perform that technique without warranted need.
It's not the official name.
It's the official name, and it changes every time I say it.
It doesn't exist.
Now it's the Order of Herbs and Elven Spices. What about that?
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, okay. Herbs and Spices are the names of the original masters. How about that?
The poem was this. Masterpiece, handwritten by somebody, I don't know. Author's name is probably lost in history.
In the original language, please, Ricky. Thank you.
No way. All right, fine.
Yeah, I don't speak Infernal, so you're gonna have to do it the original language.
That's not how it sounds.
Beautiful. No, that was beautiful. I love that.
One.
Ricky's about to summon a demon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the plan.
I can't read it in Infernal, but I'll show you the way it's spelled.
Oh, looks like Polish.
Or German.
David sent me an actual English to Infernal translator, and I still have it up. I was like, yeah, I'll show you what it looks like. So, Zayu is my app, Zazmaz is my vap, half pizzazz.
It sounds German right now.
Well, this is beautiful.
Very German.
I don't know why, but all that comes to mind to me right now when you read this is that my
On the internet, you can find an English to whatever D&D language you want translator.
All right, so in all seriousness, the puzzle says to pass the room without the doom, you must be kind and play so nice. Please pay the keeper the best of price. Valued you are to come this far. Unique to you, a skill of performance, please do. All must pay or else we slay.